Good evening and welcome back to the Mancunian Way. Hope you're all good. My name is Martin, and tonight me and Rich are going to host together because it's only me and Rich up to now. See, everyone else, the lazy bastards. Each and every single one of them, lazy bastards.
Yeah, I think horrible things like work, you know.
Do you know what, Rich? It's not that. I've been on YouTube now for 37 hours now.
Without a break?
Oh, no, a couple of breaks.
I was going to say, you need some
By the
sleep,
way,
mate.
big up to everyone who came on the League Gunner show last night. We weren't expecting 9 hours, but we did it. I ended up co-hosting it at some point while I went and did a fag run. Oh, fun. Yeah. So yeah, we're pumping and we're going.
I'd love to know how you fill 9 hours without repeating yourself, though.
No, I think I was on it for about 6.
It was a strange loop.
Then Pat jumped on. Then Alan jumped on. You know Alan. Alan can't get into. I can't go on a show on my own without Alan. Get me on.
Well, someone said something good about City and he doesn't like it. He needs to come on, get some negativity back in. Someone said City's going to win the league. No, Arsenal's going to win the league.
Well, you know what he's like. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I hope you're all well. Smash those likes on your way, Mate. Can you do me a favor and text apps my email, mate? Yeah, I will do. No worries. Big up Martin on League Gunner stream. I was in the chat. Brilliant. No, thank you all for joining us for that. Yes, then. Thursday night chat is back. You all know the drill. You do. Smash those likes. Good evening to Martin's massive Thursday night chat stream. Hope we recovered well during the inside break. It's over till March. Yes, it is. Please subscribe. Yeah, we are now trying to get to 8K as soon as possible. So massive thank you. We're less than 400 away now. So big up to all the new subscribers, by the way, who joined. We had quite a lot who joined last night. So thank you and welcome to the family. Share it to you, friends in blue. If you like what you see, don't hesitate to answer the question. Nope. Hey up, Benny. How you doing, mate? Adam, how you doing? I'm watching the Ashes. I'd rather watch paint dry.
I am.
Yeah, because you're sad. Savio out in January. Nope, not happening. Not happening. Not happening. Adam Quinn, you do know that it's not FC 26. Yeah, we're not getting Carvajal in. No chance, mate. My boy Savio is going nowhere. He isn't going anywhere. People better get used to it. Hope everyone is keeping well. Kelly, you need to get on the Savio out train. You and only two people are driving that one, Adam. How about we get Oscar Bob out train? Whoa, Jesus. Why can't we all just be happy and come by here?
You know what? They put the people on the Savio train are the people who were on the Docu Out train, and the Docu Out train got derailed. So I guess we now need a different train. But he's an incredible natural talent. I think he's going to be a very, very, very good footballer, and I hope it's the same.
Rich, why do you sound like you've got a bit of a cold?
Do I? I may have I've got slight allergies at this time of year, but I've had a cold about a week and a half ago, but I haven't got a cold now.
Okay.
I'm full of the joys of spring.
Good.
Because it's
just a quick update for everyone. Tomorrow night, we're going to have our Newcastle preview with Baz. We're going to start on his channel, and then we'll do ours in the evening, around about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So you're all welcome to come on to that. That'll be fun. Yeah, so that'll be tomorrow evening. We'll do a full with the Newcastle lads. So that will be enjoyable. Sam, good evening. Hope you are well. Yes, I am a night owl. I told you I'll sleep when I'm dead. Big up, Quinner. Sam, appreciate that, mate. Appreciate that. Who's going to win the Ashes? Don't care. Don't want to know. Yes, Dash. They're winding me up with this Ashes talk, They're winding me up.
No, because most people love multiple sports, and most people love the Ashes as well as they love the football. Lancashire in the summer, City in the winter.
He's mad.
It's probably the most exciting Ashes series in over a decade. It's going to be great. 3-1 England, my prediction. I'm feeling very confident. The Aussies, bit worried, you can tell. Bit worried down here at the moment. And Stokesy is looking lean, mean, and ready to rumble.
Ready to rumble?
Yeah. He's a good rugby league boy, is Stokes, and he's, playing cricket.
Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to... No, sorry, I won't do that. See, Rich, I've lost where I'm up to now. There's only Turbers on. Briggs is coming joining us, and I think Ed's joining us as well. Big up, Abdallah, for the 6 months, mate. Thank you for your kind generosity. Do appreciate that. Dash, Lee Gunner and Martin Club was fired. Thank you. Looking dapper. I'm not. You know what it is? Because I've lost weight. I'm starting to fit into clothes that I couldn't fit into before.
Excellent. So we're going to see some 90s and early 2000s fashion, are we, Martin?
So now, Martin, listen. I've now lost 2.5 stone. Getting on to 3. So I'm enjoying myself at the minute. Enjoying myself. I'm a lean, mean fighting machine. Good evening, Super Twins. Best collab that was. No, thank you, mate. It was a pleasure to be on. It was thank you for Lee for asking us on. It was Mankway Takeover. Yeah, it was. Big up, Martin. Hello, mate. Saturday will be hard. Late kickoff. Pissed up Geordies. True. Abdallah with the 199. Big up, mate. What the Don Allen joined the league on a stream? He did, and he was on his best behavior. He was, because he was told to be on his best behavior. Big up, Dylan. You think we make moves in January? Well, depending on outgoings, Cade. We'll get into that. You want to give the Trafford update? What about Wolves? About Wolves? Is that the update you mean? Alan on Lee's stream, imagine just a house. Again, last to know about the change in dress code, and yet I'm labelled the incompetent one. What dress code?
Wearing your 1990s clothes that fit you again.
Give over. Give over.
Pat'll have a great collection of Mambo t-shirts, I reckon, from back then. And he'll be able to get them out again.
Right. Big up MCFC, long time no see, mate. I hope you're well. Thank you for the very kind super chat. You've been missed, mate. Hope you're well. How's it going, Martin? Long time no see. I'm feeling confident going to St. James's Park. I think we won't sign anyone in January unless players leave. That is the only way we can sign anyone, mate. But now Ornstein and Fabrizio say we are in for Semenyo. Do you think it's possible? Yes, but other clubs have made advances before us. We're not at the front of the pack because the problem is with the release clause, 3 or 4 clubs will activate it and then it'll be his choice.
I'm not sure he's a City player either.
Oh, he's here. He's here. Why'd you look so serious there, Ed?
No, I'm just getting off work, man. I'm just getting off work.
Oh, he's getting off work. Go on, what's the weather like over there?
Right now it's about, I know you guys are in Celsius over there, so I'm in Fahrenheit. It's like 88 degrees.
Oh, piss off. It's December and he's in 88. My brother's in Florida now. He's in Orlando.
Yeah, it was like really cold like last week though. It was like 50 degrees last week.
My brother's gone up. My brother, his wife, and my nephew have gone over to Orlando to do the golf courses. Don't get jealous, Rich.
I won't.
Ooh. Savio out, Bob out. These guys just don't get Pep and his methods. Also, Matt, we're supposed to get the 115 stuff. Yeah, it got delayed due to it was in the MEM, mate. There's some changes going on in the Premier League hierarchy, which has slightly caused the delay. So we'll see.
I don't see how. I must admit, I couldn't see how that delay.
It's a
legal report. I don't see how they're going to delay releasing to City information because of
that was in the MEN, Rich. Apparently, the people, because they need them to be part of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they were wrong. I don't think that actually had any effect. Scotty Boland, Pie Chucker. Sorry, I just had to react to that comment.
Let's get ready to crumble. Blue Heart, that is the worst joke you put out ever. Blue Heart, hang your head in shame and get your coat.
Blue Heart, which is your favourite crumble, rhubarb or apple? Or do you prefer a more rare kind of crumble, blackberry?
Blue Heart, no, Blue Heart, no, we're not doing the custard bit as well. Get your coat, see yourself out. Not really, but you know what I mean. Come on, Blue Heart, you're better jokes than that, mate. Yes, 3 Stoney's I've got. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. I hope it's showing as well. Good on you, Martin. The journey is much better when you enjoy it. It is. Lee Gunner really did a 9-hour live. He did. Martin, will City go to Abu Dhabi for winter camp this year? I don't think there is a winter camp because there isn't a winter break.
Martin, how did you get on Lee Gunner last night, man? How did I even
He asked me on.
Okay, cool.
I got his phone number now, phone number and all sorts in here now, I ended up on some guy's thing earlier. Let me see if you've heard of this guy. He's an Aussie guy. He does like reaction shows. I'm suddenly ending up on everything at the minute, which is a bit weird because I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Hang on, let me see.
You're taking over LB here.
No, it was weird though, because I didn't. What was it called? Oh, quite good actually. I've subscribed to him. He does really good videos.
I've got a cricket one with me reacting to.
Have you heard of Nick's Football Club?
It rings a bell.
No,
like reactions.
He does reactions to a lot of people's streams, and I ended up on that. It's a bit weird.
I think I've seen the name on Twitter.
Pardon?
I think I've seen his name pop up on Twitter because obviously he'll share all his reactions on Twitter and then a link to the YouTube page.
Yeah, because someone DM'd me today. They went, Martin, you're everywhere. I went, I'm not that fat. I was having a bit of a laugh with him, and then he went, no, seriously, and then sent me this link. I went, all right. Okay. Listen, guys, I'll chat to anyone. I chat to anyone. I don't mind. You know me. If football conversation is going on, Martin is there.
Wait,
Just corrupt. Pardon?
did the league under chat like you, man? Because I know sometimes they can be a little spicy.
Oh yeah, they want us to do a regular show.
Okay.
Apple for me. El Blue Art, like a bit of Arsenal crumble with custard. Jesus. I thought I'd take the humour out again, mate. Listen, no, I'm not big for anyone, and I'm not no celeb. Don't do anything like that.
He'll be a man with celeb next year.
Oh yeah.
Love Island, I reckon.
Fat Island.
Oh.
Well, does that mean I get Maya Jama?
No, they have somebody else for that show, mate. They'll have somebody else for that show.
It ain't
Get
you.
him on Benidorm.
Bloody good evening, panel. Hello, Mark.
You might get
Martin has Lee good as someone, much like City of Arsenals. I like that. Neil, that is a comment of the night. I like that. I like that, Neil. I haven't heard of Nick's, but he reacted on Harlan YouTube as well. Yeah, you mean Nick Footboss? Yeah. I don't know. I'm not getting involved in any kind of beef with anyone. Do I think City women will bring in the middle, bring in Maddie Gibson and Jan? I don't get a lot of City women info, you know. Some I don't get. It's generally just men, but I will ask. Now, Lee's chat, they're actually decent. They were really good last night. Big up.
I would say though, on the women, they've got their own City Extra page, haven't they?
Yeah.
So you can find all the content on there.
City Women's have their own City Extra page. That's what he was saying.
Yes, they do. Yeah, City Extra Women.
Yeah.
Dash, yeah, they were goated yesterday, the chat. Not as good as ours. You chat are the goated chat in the whole of the YouTube community, and I keep telling everyone that. Big up, Mark Harris, to the 21. Sir, you are a legend. Thank you. No, Martin, you could have had Bonnie Blue. Nah. Everyone's had Bonnie Blue. Martin, what he said, El Malak News. Yeah, I got that earlier. I've not heard anything on that. Again, probably someone was scouting. And we'll see. More chance of mayonnaise.
I reckon that for you, Martin, it would be Gladys Allthwaite, wouldn't it?
Nora Batty.
Yeah, well, Alan. Alan's Nora Batty's twin. I'm absolutely convinced of it.
Right, before we get going, let's get the essential bit out of the way. Don't forget, MCFC Food Bank, Not in My Lifetime pod, Bebo and Luke, sorry, and we are 894 are doing kindly ask you to donate a new teddy for a child that may not have anything to open this Christmas. They will be collecting next to MCFC Food Bank collection point by the Nexon Bridge, just as you come over from Asda into the Etihad on the 29th of November before the Leeds United game. Please note, we can only accept brand new cuddly teddies. So as I know some people may want to give second hand, but they must be brand new. Don't have to be massive. Little ones will do. But please share this around. It's an amazing thing that Luke and Bebo are doing, 1894 and MCFC Food Bank and Nick. So we stand with them, we will help them, and we will support this all the way. So big up to those guys. I will be there on the 29th as well with my support, helping them collect as well. So big up the lads. Well done to them. And yeah, keep smashing it. And thank you so much. Please don't give super chats to it because YouTube takes 40%. It's not about the money. It's about just spreading the word to get the new teddies. They're not after money. They're after the teddy bears. So it's not money. It's the teddies. Just so clarified. Because a couple of people very kindly asked, can they donate? It's not about the money. It's about the actual gifts that we can give to people.
Yeah,
I think there's actually they can donate to maybe buy some teddies.
Yeah, I was going to say on the subject of that.
I would do that directly through Luke or Bebo.
Okay. Yeah, not via YouTube.
Don't do it via anything on here.
On the subject of that, it could be anything, like such as you go into Poundland, you go into B&M, even if it's like a £1 like fluffy teddy bear, or it's like a gigantic £10 one. It can be anything. You can just get them anywhere across Manchester on day of the match.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it that they which football team was it, in Spain or Holland, where they would thousands and thousands and thousands of teddies would get thrown onto the pitch? You know,
I think that's Poland. I think that's Poland.
Was it? Yeah, there was one team and they did it almost spontaneously once, where people had all brought them along and they threw them on the pitch. They collected them for kids. Maybe it's for Ukraine, and then it became a thing, and they were like 20,000 teddy bears thrown on the pitch.
Yeah, I think a team does that in the U.S. for like ice hockey. I think a team does that for ice hockey too.
Yeah, that'll be a great cause, and I think fantastic opportunity to go and get something.
Big up, Rose.
Has a bit of thought too.
Blessed to you. Hope you're okay, Rose, and I hope you're safe. By the way, that's the main thing. And much love to you and your family, and I hope you're all safe over there. I've already got 3 small new teddies. I'll drop them off at the Leeds match. Yeah, let us know, Blue Up. We'll meet up, mate, because I haven't spoken to you in a while, face to face. It'd be great to catch up and say hello to you again. Right, let's get into it. 2 topics tonight I want to talk about. We will do the Newcastle thing as well, but don't forget that is tomorrow at 8:30. So if you are around, Rich, more than welcome to join. We're doing it nice and early for you, in case you're free.
Yeah, I'll probably be playing golf, but if it's raining, I'll be there.
Fucking golf before his own channel. Disgusting. Disgusting behaviour.
Golf before everything on a Saturday morning.
Disgusting. Right. Couple of topics tonight. One I haven't shared with the lads because I want to talk about it because I'm sick to death of the crap now. I'm going to have a bit of a rant. You've not had a Martin rant in a while. Right. But the first one we'll talk about is obviously season is about to kick in. Nothing now till March. And the next one is I'm sick to death. If I hear Manchester City are corrupt and we're by referees one more fucking time, I'm going to slap someone. I have had enough. Manchester City have not put Michael Oliver in charge at the Emirates on Sunday, whenever it is. We haven't. Right? I'm bored of it. And you can tell they're now scared of us because now all this conspiracy theory is coming out. And it's been run by big channels as well and big personalities. It's been run. It's got to stop. It's crap. So that's how I know they're now scared of us now. They're now getting worried. Their asses are twitching. Because now you're coming out with the excuses. So now I'm going to go. But we'll kick it off. Season starts now, Rich.
Yep.
No more international breaks. You put it in the WhatsApp earlier. Time to get serious. Rubber meets the road. Go on, Rich.
Yep. Yeah, no, I think it is. I think it's a very exciting time. I mean, we've had 3 kind of mini seasons of three games, 4 games, and 3 games where, and chucking a few European games, it's probably 5-5-5. But the season's never had a chance to get going. There was a mini season that Liverpool won at the beginning.
Rich, I'll be back in 1 minute.
So I think Liverpool had, before the first international break, were brilliant. The second one, I think Arsenal won. Liverpool collapsed. Arsenal did really well. City did pretty well. And then I think the third international break, the third mini season, I think City really came on strong, and I think really starting to come through. And now it's going to be non-stop football for 4 months nearly. It's just going to be 4 months.
Till March.
Most weeks, 2 games a week, midweek and the weekend, big games, no breaks for players to recover from injuries. It's just what you've got. AFCON coming in less than a month now. I think it's 3.5 weeks till some of the AFCON players go off, which, is going to affect everyone to a degree, probably affecting City a lot less than we expected if we don't get injuries, because we thought Mamouche and Nori going was going to be ripping 2 in the first 11 out, but with injuries they've hardly played. So no, it's exciting, and I can't wait to just get into that rhythm. I think we've got a real chance to make a statement in the next couple of weeks. I think if we can beat Leverkusen. We're in an incredibly strong position to qualify with our last, with in theory the last 2 games being the easiest 2. We'll have a bit of a free hit at Madrid, so we'll be playing Madrid without, our season in Europe on the line, which will make a change. So it's all quite exciting. And how are you all feeling?
See, now like you've said it there, because we ain't got a big international break till March, it's good for the momentum. Like, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a toll on injuries, like with game after game after game, because of the intensity. But that's where you've got to handle the pressure. Like, look how busy we are around Christmas. You've got to add in the FA Cup in early January. You've got Champions League, Madrid. You've got Bordeaux, Galatasaray to come. But that's where you can build some form, and that can transfer from the Champions League, because I think we're going to be through on Champions League now. All we've got to do is be, who is it? Leverkusen, and we should be there.
And then we've got Glint and Galatasaray at the end with Real Madrid in between. But
but that's what I'm saying, right?
We're pretty comfortable.
But what I'm trying to say is, because you should be beating Leverkusen at home, and then obviously Bordeaux, you expect a W on them, but that's at the back end of January. So if you can start to build some Ws or even a few draws, then that momentum can transfer. But it's like Danny said on his panel show last night, it's all right drawing to Newcastle, but you still want to be beating like these big teams, the ones that are a threat in the Champions League positions, or who are known for European like pedigree. Like when we play Man United in January, that could be really good, because by that point we're in the middle of the period of momentum, and you want to be winning against United. You don't want to be thinking, shit, we can't be dropping points here, because these are the points that you need to be getting ahead of the title race at the back end of the season when we play Arsenal. Because if we draw against Newcastle and we draw against United, this is just an example. If we drop points against these big teams, that's going to cost us later on in the season when the title race really picks up.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, and I think given our last few seasons, our record against the bigger teams hasn't been great. I think that's what made Liverpool such an exciting is that's our best performance against one of the top Premier League teams, and I don't really count United as a top Premier League team the last few years, but because perhaps we've had some good performances against them, but against Liverpool, Arsenal, and the teams battling for the league, that was our best performance for several seasons against one of them. The other thing is, you mentioned on the injuries, is that we started the season with the most people on the injured table in the Premier League, I think, or we may have been second, and we're actually going in, I think, with the joint least number of players on the injured table. So actually, I think ourselves and Liverpool are down to 2 injuries each, and so at least we've got because we kind of almost, the first few months of the season has been like a pre-season. We're almost starting our season now in a funny sort of way, and we've actually got that nearly full strength squad back. I mean, Kovacic is out possibly for the rest of his City career, but aside from that, we're nearly back to to full strength, which we obviously going to need to see what Rodri is coming back and how long it's going to take him to get up to speed. And I think Kusanov obviously had a worse
injury. There's a question, sorry, Rich.
But yeah,
what are you thinking on Rodri? Because I mentioned it in the Stateside Blues chat last night. I won't touch Rodri until like it's a less of an intense game. So my point for Rodri would be give him a full 90 against Brentford at home in that Carabao Cup. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, possibly. Or I think the European games tend to be less. I'd certainly be going Nico up at Newcastle. I mean, the only thing I want to,
or Leeds, yeah.
Yeah, I do want to try.
By the way, sorry, how mad is this?
As well?
How mad is this? We're talking about Rodri against Leeds, and and Brentford. These were the teams who were meant to be resting Rodri in, and now the times have changed to where Rodri's become the play him in the lesser games to get fit. I just find it whack how we've done a complete 180 on that. And Nico G's like, when it's Real Madrid, it's Nico G. I just find it amusing.
Mate,
he's a baller.
No, that's what I mean.
Madrid.
Rodri's become a backup.
Real Madrid, honestly, I'd play Rodri 6 and Nico 8. I want to see them. And we're
absolute
Rodri
shit
fit.
Where's your balls, Rich?
No, I think they can actually be very useful attacking. I mean, they're both players who can get up and cause damage going forward. But
Richie's balls gone.
No, not at all. I want to win.
So you want a back five, 2 tight CDMs, 1 man up front?
No, because I don't.
Tony Poole this season.
As you've told us a million times, Nico isn't a 6. He's an 8.
Whoa. Right, no.
Anyway.
No.
Tell him, Rich. No. Tell him.
No, yeah. Right. I'm going to address it, right? No, Rich. Last season, I got called Happy Clapper, Mr. Manchester City, man on the board, man backs everyone, man's this, I'm Mr. Positive, toxic positivity. I say one constructive criticism about a couple of players, and now I've got an agenda on Nico G.
You have got a Nico G
and the hate pushing off now.
It's not constructive, Martin.
Yeah, you had the biggest Nico G agenda going.
There was no agenda. I was judging on what I was viewing.
We were selling him to like Botafogo for 5 million in January, in August.
You are exaggerating that. So I cannot win. I'm toxic positivity, and now I have an agenda.
Except Nico G. It's just poor Nico G was just outside the toxic
Hang on a minute. 90% of you said Doku won't make it, and now you're all wanking him off like Central. Behave.
I said Doku would be mega from the start. There's proof on City Extra when I used to do fan cams with humour.
Speedboat.
I didn't. I was Doku.
Thank you, Rick. You're not the only one.
This revisionism is crazy by some of you guys.
Martin, you can go back last season and you'll see all the times I criticised our players for.
Briggsy, 2 weeks ago, said Liverpool were going to slap us up.
Yes, the proof's there. I hold my hands up to that.
He was using reverse psychology.
So you've got an agenda against.
Don't put your arms in the air, Martin, and celebrate. Just because I put a public apology out to you.
By the way,
constructive, Luke, Martin.
It was not constructive at all. You said Liverpool will do us. Right, Luke. Thank you to everyone for the support so far. Great idea, this. They're going to set up a Just Giving page. So don't super chat towards it, even in their channel, because, like I said, YouTube takes a good 40%, or Google, or whatever it is. And there's also a difference. Be careful if you do it from your phone. I found this out. Android takes so much, and Apple take a bit as well. So just be careful, on this. But yeah, they're going to donate to the Royal Children's Manchester Hospital. Link is going up soon. So big up to Luke and Bevo. We will do it. They're live as well. So if they're still live when we are, we'll do a redirect over there for those guys. City 4-0 next week. Home to Leeds, another 3 points. Wow. Ooh, I like it. Nico G done well, that's why. Rodri needs to sort his body. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think Rodri's contract is on hold at the minute. And it's not because of terms. It's City want to make sure. If you're going to give out a 4-year contract on mega wages, you want to make sure that guy is 100% going to come back fit. And I think that's just what they want to see at the minute. I know everyone then gets the worry of that, and when it's not happening, there's a worry. We just let it play out and see what happens. Is
the club has to protect themselves, Martin. I know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The club have to protect themselves well. There's no point in giving him like if they'd have given KDB a new contract 2 years on 400 grand a week, and his knee and his ligament, sorry, his hamstrings would have gone like the F for Napoli, people would have said, bloody hell, we're paying 400 grand a week on a guy who's finished. You got to
example.
You got to remember
Aguero.
they have all the evidence in front of them, the doctors that are telling them what to do. Go on, Briggsy. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, a prime example would be Aguero. Look how many injuries he was getting at the back end of his City career. Obviously, it was disappointing to see him go, but eventually you've got to let the player go, regardless of sentimentality. If his injuries were catching up to him like Aguero was it reasonable for the club to be paying Aguero big money to be sitting on the bench and not playing as many minutes?
Yeah. I think that's a great point. I think that's a great point.
Worst he could have done is sit on the bench, because obviously he'd have had to get used to being match fit and match sharp again.
Jay Fresh got it. Business. We've got to be smart as a club. Oh, as a United fan, I wish you guys the best of luck for the season. I can't wait for the derby. Wow, you are a very you are a United fan that I don't see much that from, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, not
Nico Gonzalez has been the best. Oh yeah, he is, and I won't deny that. I've said he's proved me wrong.
And I don't think it's negative playing the two of them together. I think it's. I think it's sensible. And Newcastle is a team where I would have liked to do it, but I wouldn't be bringing Rodri back for Newcastle because they've got a very, Joe Linton. If Joe Linton plays and they've had Joe Linton, Tonali, and Guimaraes, that's a very strong midfield. That's the sort of midfield you'd like to have Rodri and Nico up against, probably Rodri, Nico, and
Joe Linton is a doubt, Rich. Joe Linton's a doubt.
Yeah, no. I think Joe Linton won't play, and that will take a bit of the physicality out. But I think we could bully a few teams. Like Villa would be a team where Rodri and Nico together, instead of trying to play neither of them, bully Villa. There's a few teams who have done us a bit in midfield, and they wouldn't have a chance because I think if Rodri gets his form back. I think Nico G's been better than Zubimendi this season, despite all the Zubimendi hype. And I think him and Rodri together is comfortably better than Zubimendi and Declan Rice, which everyone talks about as the greatest midfield in the world at the moment. So I think there's going to be some real use to that later in the season because Nico can definitely push up. He can run with the ball, like Kovacic if he needs to, and he can definitely, he's he tries a few risky passes as well. Nico, he's had a few this season that have, been really good, but I'd like to see him, playing in that 8 role, with Rodri behind him.
Yeah,
and with our fullback, especially when we've got Nunes and O'Reilly playing, we're really playing 2 defenders anyway because. Nunes and O'Reilly are playing, whilst they're actually playing really well defensively, they're really pushing up.
Well, I've also got some news on Echeverri as well in a bit that I'll share with everyone. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't think Echeverri will be long for Manchester City.
Yeah, you said something last night, didn't you, on stateside about Pep being a bit pissed off with Leverkusen.
Well, they're also a bit pissed off at Echeverri's agent.
Makes it even harder then.
Sadly. Sometimes you got to listen to the club that are trying to give you the best intentions. But you listen to his agent and went to Leverkusen when the club told him to go to Girona. I get it, but sometimes agents are not always giving you the best advice. You got to realise that. For me, I mean, like I said, for me, I think, this will come into the Newcastle part a little bit here. I do genuinely believe that Manchester City right now are can put a run on. If we get through Newcastle on Saturday, which will be a tough game, but I believe we win. I genuinely believe we can go on a run to a point where we can really intimidate people, because you've got a nice set of fixtures, still hard, got to respect everyone. But let's take the Leverkusen out, but just in the league, you've got Leeds at home, Fulham away, Sunderland at home, which if you could pick 3 fixtures,
winnable.
There'd be, all of them are there to be, like you said, winnable. Sunderland will probably be hard. Leeds will be hard. Fulham will be tough, but they're all winnable games. And if we can get 12 out of 12 going into that Christmas period, and we land into Crystal Palace, I do believe there could be a chance of Manchester City being top by the end of that period. And that will also depend on Arsenal. But what you've got to do is put the pressure onto your opponent, and then we'll see what Arsenal are made of. Because what's been said in the past is Arsenal have struggled under the pressure. They've crumbled a little bit. Let's put them under that pressure, and let's see if Arsenal have matured. Let's see if Arteta can do this. Because the one thing Liverpool never got last season was a proper challenge. Let's put that pressure on. Let's go out there, give them that pressure, and then it's up to Arsenal to react, and vice versa. And that's what champions do. You've got to react. Put them under the pressure. Take it a game at a time. But then, because by the end of Christmas, genuinely, and I mean this genuinely, we could have qualified. We could be near the top of the Premier League, qualified from the Champions League, and in the semi-final of a Carabao Cup.
Yeah, that's what I said as well, though.
All within 4 weeks.
You could use your Leverkusen, even Real Madrid, as momentum boosters going into the Premier League, game at a time. And if you take off Leverkusen, Real Madrid, even the FA Cup game that we get up to the next international break, it gives us a better chance to be in a better place in the Premier League. Because Champions League, if you get through Leverkusen, that should be, like you said, almost done and dusted. So your focus is on the league, and you can use the others to just keep you ticking over.
Game either.
And you're bound to get a favourable FA Cup draw.
Well, you'd hope so.
You've tempted fate now.
Yeah, you'd hope so. I mean, right now, I believe we can beat anyone at home.
Exactly.
I really do believe that. I think, honestly, we come out against Newcastle with a win. I'm going to have us. I think we go on and win the league.
You know, at the moment,
and I'm going to say this, I believe we'll win more than one trophy this season. I said it last night. I'm not quite at treble, Father. I think we've got a smashing chance at the Carabao. I want the Carabao. Behave, Rich.
We're winning 4. I said it. We're winning everything this year. It's going to be the greatest season.
Even I'm not in that confident road at the minute. But it can all spin around, Rich. We get beat at Newcastle and Arsenal win the 6 ahead. 7 ahead.
I know in a way it makes no difference, but I actually think
hope is on
Arsenal. I think Arsenal dropping points will affect them more psychologically than City winning at the moment. I think the Spurs game is huge for them because they have a record that's incredible against Spurs. I think, something like Spurs have beaten them 3 times in the last 30 games or something ridiculous. I mean, their record is almost as bad as City's in the 80s and the 90s against United. So that should be a slam dunk for Arsenal. If Arsenal drop points against Spurs, I think that's going to be really hard on them. I think they'll be putting up with, all their enemies taking the piss out of them and winding them up. And then Chelsea will want to get stuck into Arsenal. So I think, and I think Bayern Munich, it will be a hard game. So, Arsenal's season, if they come out of that, if they come out of those games with 3 wins, they are going to be so confident and so psychologically good. They're really set up. But if they drop points in a couple of those games or even 3 of those games, which could easily happen, then that's going to put huge doubt in their minds. So yeah, will be interesting to see. But I think it's a really big couple of weeks for Arsenal. For City, I think it's
I think it's a big couple of weeks for both, Rich. These next 2 weeks, I think, could really determine the destination of the Premier League.
But I think us getting 3 wins wouldn't be a massive surprise to anyone. And if we don't win at Newcastle, it's not the end of the world. But I think Arsenal they're in front. They've got more pressure on them. You know, we're still at that free hit level. They're the ones who are hyping themselves up ridiculously as the greatest side the Premier League's ever seen. So they put all this pressure and attention on themselves, and it's not where you want to be. You want to be, you know, and the Liverpool game has changed it for us, but you want to be where we were 2 weeks ago. No one thinking we've got a chance, just under the radar. You know, every game's a free hit, and you know, Arsenal are suddenly now playing. But you know, put themselves in a position where they feel like they're playing finals every single game, and that's a lot of pressure starting in November.
Yeah.
All right, Rich. I got a question for you. Do you think Arsenal have learnt from the previous mistakes over the years? Do you think they prefer the tag of favourites, or do you think they prefer the underdog card?
The thing is, I think they'll have tried to learn from the previous years, but I think the only way you can learn how to win a title is by winning a title, and that's the thing. So they may think they've changed absolutely everything, but mentally, you know, it's not easy mentally to go and win a league and to go and win your last 8 games on the trot, or you know, not be able to make a single mistake. And I think Liverpool, in a way, even though they'd lost, Liverpool got battle hardened in 18-19, and a few of their players are still there. When, you know, to be fair, that was probably the strongest season in English football history. I think for Liverpool and City to end like they did, and it wasn't Liverpool cracking. It was just City produced 14 wins on the trot, wasn't it? It was just absolutely unbelievable. And Liverpool, you know, won 13 of the last 14 games or something. So they know they could do it mentally. I don't know that there's anyone in that Arsenal team, because I know they've got Jesus and Zinchenko still there, who probably, I don't even know if Sterling's still there on the books or something, but they've got players who've done it, but not ones who were central to it, and not ones we'd really call mentality monsters. So I think they've
what is a mentality monster, Rich?
A leader.
What is a mentality monster?
It's someone who reaches to who plays their absolute best in the hardest circumstance. Someone who, you know, when it really, really counts, actually suddenly plays better because the concentration, the adrenaline, everything comes in and it makes them better at that time. Whereas most people, the average human being in that pressure will, you know, probably crumble or not be the best or be too nervous or fall apart. But there's some people like, you know, Company did it. Yaya did it. You know,
John Terry
did it. Yeah, your players who, just rise to the occasion. And we have got some of those players, and they've done it, and they know. Rodri knows what it's like to go and win a league unbeaten. Stones knows. Diaz knows. You know, in a funny sort of way, Donnarumma knows from Paris and stuff. So we've got a lot of players who really know what it is to win finals and to win when it really matters. And Arsenal don't. It doesn't mean they can't, because we did it the first time. Everyone does it the first time. The question is, have they? And, you know, have they got has Declan Rice, has Zubimendi, have Saliba and Gabriel, have Gyökeres, have they all got the kahunas that when it really matters in a run-in, they're going to rise to the occasion and score in the 90th minute against all the odds, or save the ball 1 inch over the line like Stones did against them? Are they going to do those things, or are they going to crumble? And they will find out in March and April. That mentally it's got to be hard for them, knowing that they haven't done it. You know, they've got doubt, and City won't have doubt because we've done it. So we'll see. We'll see.
The difference is with City, we've got a few newer players, younger players like Cherky, Savio, even. Let's put Doku in that category because he's only won 1 league. But people like them, they've only won they've only been in a title race once, and obviously, apart from that one season, Docker won it. We haven't really been in the challenge. But I suppose the one leader we've got in this team now is your Donnarumma, who can say, pick yourself up, fucking go again, even when we get these bad results.
Yeah.
Because he's been there, he's done it.
Yeah. And we've got, in our changing room, if you look at the captains who, Haaland's won, a treble. So he can get up and talk about it. Rodri can get up and talk about it. Phil Foden can get up and talk about it. Stones can get up and talk about it. Diaz can. Donnarumma can. So we've got this absolute core of players who can get up. We've
not Zinchenko though, Rich, because he's at Forest now, by the way.
Is he? Is he at Forest? Okay.
Did you not know that?
No. Is he
he's at Forest.
Yeah. Is he
setting Forest Rich? Have you had a bump on the head?
Is he setting Forest alight like McAtee is?
No, he's doing a McAtee and sitting on the bench.
Sitting on the bench, yeah. Yeah, so no, I think
Forest fans aren't very enamoured with him.
That mentality thing. It's why Real Madrid have won like six recent Champions Leagues when they weren't the best team in Europe in probably 5 of those 6 seasons. Because mentally, when it got to a final, they knew what to do.
This is what I'm with you. I'm with Steve on this. Get within striking distance and bang. This is all we have to do. Like you said, I think City have been disrespected so much this season, and I get it. I think some of it is out of hope. Some of it is out of wanting that to happen. It's like when the rivals say, and I called this out the other day on Donald Sam's channel, everyone who says sack Pep Guardiola, there's not one club in the Premier League that would not take Pep Guardiola tomorrow as their manager.
Exactly,
not one.
Exactly.
So this sack Pep is just, they want Pep to go. They want Pep. Listen, we all said this, when City when a team is a threat, you get rid of them. If you are not talking about this team, and everyone said we were 4th, and I said this last week, we're now out of the shadows slightly, which is now why you're hearing about injuries, you're hearing about referees, you're hearing about everything now. All the excuses are back now. No one was talking about City's referee issue 2 months ago. No one was talking about injuries. It was the deepest squad, the best squad, and they have got a very good squad. Arguably the deepest squad. But now it's a couple of injuries and it's a disaster again. There's worry. Because what City have done is they've put the fear back into people. And it didn't take much, but we have. All we've got to do is stay close, stay in that shadow, and pounce at the right time.
And the other thing that amazes me, Martin, that people have missed is how strong the City squad is. And I think you've had a few mentions of it recently, but City are not far off having 2 players who are good enough to win a league in every position. So, I think that's been missed by people. And when you look at our bench, was it the Liverpool game where you looked at the bench and it was Stones and Savio. And
you had Reinders and Rodri were on the bench.
Rodri, Marmoush. Suddenly you're looking at a bench that is world class.
James Trafford. But that bench, I said this, our bench lately has not been this strong in about 4 seasons.
Yeah, it was almost back to the Centurion season.
All you're going to get is from the rival fans.
We had that bigger bench.
Yeah, all you're going to get is from the rival fans is, oh, look at City's bench. It's well expensive.
Yeah,
it's about the quality, not about the money you spend on it.
Yeah,
Harry, they can't say that anymore. Chelsea can't say that.
When they've got 100. They can't.
Yeah, Arsenal can't say that. Liverpool can't say that. Yeah.
Yeah. The other one, which is
that's the way the rival fans will say, though.
The other one, which other fans really need to get. That's the most hilarious narrative of utter hypocrisy this season from other fans is the number of pundits on YouTube on all the other clubs saying City are a one-man team for Haaland. And
that's why we did it last week. Yeah.
When you get asked if Haaland's the greatest player in the game, they say, "Well, no, he isn't." because he relies on his teammates and he has to have tap-ins. So he's both a one-man team, and he's also a player who just relies on other people to do everything for him, and then he scores. Now, I've seen people say both those arguments at the same time and not realizing that they are completely arguing against themselves. And it's just ridiculous, the desire to try not to give Haaland credit for being, arguably, one of, if not the best player in the world at the moment, that they'll say, oh, he's a tapping merchant, and then a minute later, our City aren't a threat because they're a one-man team. Well, if you can't be a tapping merchant without a bloody great team around you.
And do you know what, Rich? The sad part, there will be City fans out there that at the first defeat, they'll flip back to, we ain't good enough. The squad's not deep enough. We didn't buy enough quality in the summer. Alan? So there's always the flip side. There's always that flip side. No one looks at the progression because, I get it. And that's why I said there is an air of caution. I do think we'll win the league because there's an air of caution. We can't go the other way too much either, because I've always said this. Some people are one defeat away from the breakdown again. We're suddenly not good enough again. Pep's not this, that, and the other. And sometimes, and I said this, sometimes, and this is where I think sometimes YouTube has become a little bit disingenuous, YouTube football content, is we don't give the opponents enough credit sometimes. Sometimes there is a game where an opponent just is better than you. Doesn't mean we're shit. It just means on that day, we have just literally been beaten by a better team. And I promise you now, we're not going to go the rest of the season unbeaten. We're not. They're at the 28, was it? How many games are left? 26? We're not going to go 26 games unbeaten, guys. We are going to lose another game. So prepare for that as well.
Yeah. And, I think, Villa was a bit, could have gone either way and stuff. But I look at the first two games we lost. I thought, Frank outcoached us, but mainly they were just fitter and, Rich, more into the season than we were.
Some Tottenham fans are questioning him.
He got booed. He got booed in the last league game when against United, wasn't it? He got booed when he made substitutes. And you're like, they're unbeaten in Europe. They're actually not getting that bad results. And that to me is a fan base who are ahead of themselves because he hasn't done a bad job and he's only just started his job. And to get booed is mad. But the problem is Spurs, their fans think they should be winning 4-0, playing brilliant football every week. And it's just not, that's not reality. That's not the real world.
Hey, mate, but no one wants to there. I'd love City to go 38 out of 38 unbeaten. Jesus Christ, I'll be shouting it. I'll be on my roof. I'll be shouting it. But I don't live in cuckoo land.
I think you've said it before, though, Martin, when you said some fans are waiting for us to lose so they can say we're failing. Some fans want that expectation for us to lose.
Yeah,
I don't mind some being being disappointed or losing is different than having a full-on meltdown. What I mean by thing, like you said, they're waiting for it. And there are some fans, and this is with all fan bases, they're what you call bench sitting. They're hedging the bets. So they're sat there. So, like, for example, Alan, we all love Alan, but we know Alan hedges his bets. So Alan won't quite say, so Alan will say 1 week we're in the top 5 race. Then he'll say, oh, but like yesterday when he was on the league owner, he said, well, Arsenal have got the best squad and they've got this. And what Alan's doing is, and I've spoken to him privately about this, so he won't mind, he is covering his own mental state for if we don't win it. If we do win it, he'll be cock-a-hoop happy, more happy than most of us will be, trust me. But if we don't win, he's like, well, I did say it was a transition period. Because in your mind, right, you're okay. It's more like it's like half glass empty, not quite empty, you know what I mean? It's a weird one. It's like, I'll do the lottery, but I know I'm not going to win. I'll do this because I know I'm not going to do it. And you always think the worst. And what you're doing is you're protecting yourself. You are protecting your own mental state from failure because you don't want that slice of hurt. And I get it. Yeah, it's a coping mechanism. Spot on. By the way, Abdullah, again with the 199. Thank you so much for your support, buddy. And Abdullah, you won't mind me saying this. You're like that. You always think of the glass half empty. We've done enough shows for years, mate, Abdullah, about how, and you said that yourself, you are someone who looks at the glass half empty for your own mental state. And people do it. Human beings do it. It's a protective mechanism in human behavior. I learned that doing psychology. It's just hard.
And also, Martin, there's a lot of people who love to say, I told you so. Their greatest pleasure in life.
Yeah, the gotcha moment. Gotcha moment.
Alan does love City losing because he then gets the pleasure in defeat of saying, I told you so. That, you know, as I say to him, if you predict we're going to lose every single game and then we lose 1 in 10, you can't be too chuffed because, you know, no one's turning around to you and saying, I told you so every time we win. But
well, you see it with plays, Rich. If Doku scores a goal, I told you he was a great player. It's like, I know we've said we think City will win on Saturday. If City don't win on Saturday, there will be someone in this chat. He hasn't appeared yet, but he will appear either tonight or on Sunday when we do the post-match, and he'll say, I told you City wouldn't win on Saturday. You were confident, Martin. You said we'd win. I told you we wouldn't. And it becomes a gotcha moment. So me backing the team becomes a gotcha moment. Like, I'm wrong. No, I'm just backing the team. And the way we're playing at the moment.
Thing is, I'll be honest, in 40-something years of supporting City, I've genuinely thought we're going to win absolutely every single game in that time. You know, even when we were absolute crap in Division, you know, going down to Division 2, I always went into games thinking, we're going to win, our season's going to turn around now. Premier League, the amount of derbies I went into, we're going to win today. This is it. I can just feel it in my bones that this is a derby we're finally going to win. And then we didn't win one for another 10 years. That's just the way it is. I think, and I think Alan's the opposite of that. He genuinely goes in thinking we're going to lose every single game. Yeah, kids off to school.
I don't know where we're waving to them, but Alan, Richie just called him Alan now. He's just waving away there.
No, Alan does think. Alan thinks we're going to lose every single game. And I'm just going to go and open the gate, actually. 1 second.
Yeah, I know what it is, mate. Ed.
It's a psychological thing.
Yeah, of course it is. No, but I think we've all done it. You've done it, Briggsy, this season. We've all done it. I always do it in a derby. Said it last night. You know, when you go into a Manchester derby, you always think, you know what, if I think we're going to get beat, it won't hurt me as much. So
like
you go
how
in
you said you don't like derby mornings.
Yeah. That's my coping mechanism. Like you with Liverpool last week, you were nervous. So you thought, you know what, I say we'll struggle a bit. I know you don't really, you did believe in it, but that was your coping mechanism.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way on Saturday because it's an intimidating ground. The atmosphere is rough on top of you. So we're not going to go on that patch and roll over them like we did 4-0 a few years back because they might be in shit form, but yeah, we could, but we've got to go in there expecting the reality. It could be 4-0, but it also could be a draw. We might even lose potentially. We don't know.
It's all on the day. It's all on the. Abdallah coming again with another
grounds like when you get grounds like St James's, it flips onto them. If they're not going well, and they aren't going that great this season, if we score early or we get a couple of early goals, the pressure from the crowd suddenly is on them, not on us. And that's the thing at a place like Newcastle is you can use it. It's the same, I think.
Use it to your advantage as well.
Yeah, I think it's why we've had probably have had a better record at Old Trafford in recent years than at the Etihad. Because I think when we get a goal, you know, I think Old Trafford's can be a real disadvantage to them when it's not.
I think someone's done that this season. Do you remember how United won at Anfield?
Yeah.
Season.
Yeah.
I watching that game. You watch the Anfield crowd. Starts off up there.
Yeah.
And then when United scored, it went, and it kept going down and down and down.
And you could feel it.
United were like, right, we've shut this crowd up now. They're edgy. We've done it, Briggsy. We do it in the stadium, don't we, all the time?
Yeah.
Sometimes there's games where you're like, you're edgy, you're nervous. And even that Liverpool game and the United game this season, when we were 2-3 up, Rich, there was still that, because even that Van Dijk goal went
Everyone
in.
had Feyenoord in their mind. Yeah.
Exactly. When that Van Dijk goal went in and we thought they'd equalised, everyone went, oh, for fuck's sake. They were all like, everyone went back into worry again.
Because you're waiting for the video ref, aren't you, as well?
Yeah.
That's another disadvantage.
Thank you very much, Abdallah, again, for the super chat, mate. Very, very kind of you. We need to get you back on here, mate, at some point. So get in contact with us. I sense Arab phobia when sent, hear it by rivals. I think there is a little bit of that. Problem is, when you mention it, it's an excuse and it's wrong, and you know they move on very quickly from that. When you do bring that up anywhere, they move on very, very quickly. I understand, because it's a touchy subject, but we can't help how we feel. And another thing I've noticed, which I'm going to come on to a bit with the referees section, is I've heard a lot of people say City fans are acting like victims at the minute. We've got this victim mentality. Don't know if anyone else has heard that lately, but that's starting to creep in now. That City have got a little bit of a victim mentality going on, that we feel picked on, bullied, and they think it's unjust for us to feel that way. That's true, Pardo. Trust me. I've had enough messages to prove that. When City were 3-0 up against Liverpool, Alan messaged me going, how are we going to fuck this up? That's so true. No worries, Keely. Take your time, mate. It's humble, not being arrogant ideology. I get it. First derby I went to was the Giovanni game. Great finish as well by Giovanni.
Oh, that was a quality finish.
Michael Johnson, that was when Michael Johnson was going to be a player. For me, one season after 4 in a row, and to be where we are now, I'll take that. And for me, the way we look right now, we're definitely on the grid for the title. We are. The YouTube clip culture that's done this, yeah. Again, gotcha moments. People are now doing reaction videos to shows, which fair enough, you know, I get it. It's your market, but it's crowd. Talked about this with Lee last night. It's becoming a gotcha situation. And also,
you've got to be careful what you say now.
Yeah, if you're older, if you're old now, you feel like you're not wanted. Like someone mine and Rich age, we're obsolete on YouTube now. We're like two old fogies having a chin wag. Get out.
Old farts, yeah. Yeah, see, GMR Dog's in the background supporting us, saying we need
I've got
more
Ed's dog there now.
YouTube.
Bloody hell, it's becoming a dog channel, this. Oh, what's his name, Ed?
Yeah.
Is it a he or a she?
It's a he. Ace.
What's his name?
Ace.
Ace in the hole.
Ace
in the park.
I named him after Ace Ventura.
Oh, Jim Carrey fan.
And Alan will show this. You had Kelsey with her cat last night.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that. I thought, Jesus, let's.
No, I heard what she said. Don't worry. Did you see a tweet after the show?
No, what did she say?
I'm not going to repeat it on here because I'm not Kelsey, but that reference you made last night, she tweeted, I love the.
Oh, no, she did.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. I had to check out after that. I can't lie. I had to check out after that one.
If the boys, big up, Steve. How you doing, mate? By the way, big up on you. You seem to have up your game with Nuno now. If your boys keep the pressure on us, so they will crack, hopefully. Yeah, we'll see. Fans would expect to be a coach, though, so was Gundogan. Fernandinho. Yeah, he has retired from football today. I think that helps. I'm not sure. There's not been a lot of talk about that. He was in Manchester about a year ago. Someone in the chat might confirm that. We'll see. Victim mentality, have those Liverpool and Arsenal see themselves? Yeah. I'm not going to deny it. But for me, you know, I'm excited for the rest of the season. I really am. I feel raring to go now. I'm bouncing into every game. I can't wait for Saturday. Gutted I'm going to miss it. I mean, I'll watch it on the replay when I get home, but I'm gutted. You know, I don't want to be watching bloody Craig David. I'd rather be sat watching City. I mean, I might have it on my phone. I might be like, oh, yeah. You know.
So I might watch signal in that place.
Aren't you going to be like right across the street, Martin?
Pardon?
Aren't you going to be like right across the street at the Co-op Arena?
No, we're away.
Oh, yeah. I forgot we're away. Totally forgot.
Oh, if we were at home, I'd have gone to the game. Balls to the concert.
But no, I think it's going to be a good match. So I know we're going to do a preview tomorrow.
I'd rather be watching Doncaster than Craig David, to be honest. But
I don't even know who Craig David is, to be honest. I don't even know who that is.
Monday.
Yeah.
I'd
rather listen to Ray Rara.
We were making the... Anyway.
I'd rather listen to Martin does
That's
Max
right, that's classic.
At the Embassy Club.
Thursday and Friday, Saturday, chilled on Sunday. Sorry. Anyway.
Karaoke blues.
I'll get my coat. My missus just bought a karaoke machine for Christmas. She didn't tell me.
All I want for Christmas
is booze. Anyway, I noticed Edwin came off cam when she said that. Magnus with the old... Actually, I didn't know that. You just told me something I didn't know it. Voice of an angel, voice of a devil. Rewind. Anyway, right, let's get back to the football. Jesus, I'm killing it. Not in a good way.
Guys, would you guys start? I know we're not talking really going into Newcastle for tomorrow, but would you guys start Cherky?
No, we can do a bit of it, but like,
would you guys start Cherky on the right wing tomorrow? I mean, on Saturday.
I had this debate on Pete's channel earlier. Loaded Mag over there, show them a lot of love. Loaded Mag gang. That's why I was a bit late. I was finishing up on Loaded Mag. I picked 10. He asked me for the right winger, and that's when I went there. Because it's Cherka, Savio, or Bernardo. And I just picked Savio.
Bernardo.
Because I think the 11 is going to be Donnarumma. I think the back four is the back four. Donnarumma, Nico J. I do think he'll play Reinders. I think Reinders comes back in. I think he'll play Foden. Doku on the left, Haaland there. Well, Doku inverted.
You think he plays Reinders? Why do you think he plays Reinders?
I just think he's been out for a while. I think he'll bring him back.
Yeah, I think Bernardo. I mean, in a way, it depends.
Bernardo on the right is a shout. See, that's I was thinking Bernardo in the
them.
end. I went with Savio. See, he thinks Cherky on. Yeah, I think Cherky will be on the bench. Yeah.
Savio's going to be one of them where he'll get behind the ball and he can counter.
Yes, yeah. Cherky would be the last of the three for me because I don't think Newcastle's a team who we want to lose the ball against at home. Especially if Gordon's back and they've got a bit of pace.
No, we put Bernardo on the right.
Tenacious.
Bernardo.
Yeah, I think Bernardo playing will be, the right move up there. Cherky, I'd bring back for Leverkusen.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm with you, Rich. I think Cherky's Liverpool performance may have sat on the bench for a couple of weeks.
They're just not a team. Newcastle are a team who are going to hit you hard in midfield, and they have got some pace.
No, they're not. I know. See, I was discussing this, Rich. They've gone to a possession-based system now.
Yeah,
they're now playing out from the back. Have you seen Nick Pope now? Nick Pope thinks he's Edison now. He's playing 5-yard balls out from the back sideways. He's loving it.
But I think Tonali and Guimaraes are good at getting the ball back. And
Guimaraes looks knackered, mate. Guimaraes looks knackered. He looks like he's out of steam.
What's he done the last 2 weeks though?
He's playing every single minute.
Okay. He did. Yeah, because this
is what they're saying. That
for Brazil? Yeah.
Yeah, but because he generally plays the same midfield three. Joe Linton, Tonali, Bruno, and he's playing him every game. That's the area he's not resting anyone in. Because this is what they were saying. How come Jacob Ramsey and all them aren't coming in, or Louis Smile? They're not. They're just putting them three in. And the problem is, they were saying Bruno looks knackered. And I don't know, has he travelled with Brazil this week? And him and Joe Linton, they've both been? Does anyone know where Brazil
if they're travelled, you see, if they're travelled, they won't be playing on Saturday because it's way soon, isn't it? Because they have to get used to travelling back home.
We've done that, haven't we? Well, we've done that, mate.
True.
Yeah. Mind you, that's maybe a call for Savinho playing, because Savinho didn't travel, did he? So Savinho's had 2 weeks of massages and working on his fitness.
By the way, Ed, I will give you 5 minutes to gloat about your game last night. Don't worry.
Yeah, Savio would have his own training program if he didn't go down to Brazil.
Yeah, so, but he might be well placed to play because of that. It's actually not. He'll be raring to go. Whereas
USA.
You played a B team Uruguay. Did you see Uruguay's
lineup? Mate, now they're a B team Uruguay. Now they're a B
they
team
were.
Uruguay.
Don't tell me you.
They're not peak Uruguay. Nah, there wasn't peak. There was still
Bruno played.
But it was shit.
Bruno played. Who else played? Sabio was in Brazil, but he wasn't in the squad. Was just Joe Linton play for Brazil, or does he not get called up?
No, he's injured, so he didn't get called up.
Right, so they might be out. Yeah, Bruno played 60 minutes, and they were at home. Yeah, they were at home to Tunisia. So he's come all the way from there.
No, Jack Lee. Your thing is with Uruguay, they're not the prime no more, like Diego Forlan, they haven't got Cavani, etc. But
yeah, but it's
just say wait till the World Cup.
Yeah.
Just say wait till the World Cup. That's wrong. Because no, it was in America.
Well,
the Brazil one was London, yeah.
Decathlon Arena, Stade Pierre Marais. That ain't London.
Yeah, they've been having quite a few South American teams in London.
Was it?
Brazil was at Emirates, unless you mean USA.
No, according to this on the BBC website, it was in the Decathlon Arena, Stade Pierre Marais.
It was definitely Emirates. Arsenal was advertising it.
Played in France. Played in France.
Ew.
It was in London. Well, why the BBC said it was in France then?
Fake news.
Hang on, rewind.
Check the date on that, Martin. It might be the next one.
No, it was Tunisia, one each. Tuesday, the 18th of November. Brazil won, Tunisia won. Decathlon Arena.
Yeah, it was Emirates. No, go on Arsenal's website quickly. It'll tell you.
I mean, I'm not really asked. It doesn't really matter. Brazil to bloody Paris to wherever doesn't really matter.
Nah, I'd rather talk about USA, Uruguay.
Anyway, right. Let's. So, does anyone think we'll do predictions for Saturday? Then, obviously, the full previews tomorrow. It says Lille France here.
That's bullshit.
Oh, they said Senegal versus Brazil was in London. Then they went to, when they played the last one, it was in France.
Yeah, I'm talking about last night. It was in France. Anyway,
so maybe when he got injured against Senegal, it was at the Emirates. But then when they played their second match, it was in France.
Anyway, right. Predictions, Rich. What you saying? I know we'll go into it wrong. See, I was right, BB. See, in home.
Yeah. Annoyingly, I've gone for the same 2-0 that I've just seen that Alan's gone for as well.
Tunisia game, pardon. Yeah, it was the game before, yeah.
So 2-0 to City.
Right, I did. That's probably one thing I'm waiting for updates on other people's predictions. So you've gone 2-0 City.
Alan's gone 2-0 as well. to City. Unbelievably. That's just, I can't believe that's the most optimistic prediction from Alan in human history. He has gone for 3-0 to Australia in the Ashes, though, so he's not entirely optimistic.
I'm going 3-1 City.
Same.
1-1 or 1-0 City?
2-1 to City. Curtis gone 3-1. Steve Bull's gone 3-1. Dylan's gone 7-0. Wow. Jesus. 2-1 to Sarah. 2-1 to Pardo. 3-0 Governor gone for a big win there. Alan would go, no, he didn't. He went for 2-0 City, actually. 5-time men's FIFA Cup winners Brazil will take on Tunisia in Lille. Yeah. Cheers for the clarification, mate. 4-0 says Formidable. I like it. I went 2-0 yesterday, not changing my mind. 3-1 says Sam. I've said 3-1 as well. JM's gone for 3-0. I like it. Do you know what I'm liking the most? The clean sheets. A lot of people are going for clean sheets. Here's an interesting one. Mamouche. I'm noticing when I'm seeing a lot of predicted lineups, no one's putting Mamouche anywhere near it.
Backup pods come off the bench for Haaland.
I think he needs a game or two. You know, maybe Leverkusen would be a time to bring him in, but I think he needs to start a couple of games where there's a bit less pressure to get his fitness and his game up. But I think I was listening to a podcast. It might have been at LB or someone that just saying that one thing with.
Oh, so you watch LB but not your own channel?
No, it was a podcast. It was a podcast. Listening to it in the car, and they were just saying that it would actually be quite good if Marmouche and even Ait Nouri could play a bit in early December, late November, because they're going to be gone for 5 weeks. So if we can really protect O'Reilly and Doku,
doing it later. I have done it. I will do it later.
It would be good for us to give them a few games, protect O'Reilly and Doku, so that that there's no risk of going into mid-December with Doku or O'Reilly injured, which would be disastrous. So
what you're saying then, basically, play him against Leverkusen, even Brentford in the cup a few weeks later.
Well, Pardo's gone Mamouche at home to
Leeds. Possibly
Leeds.
Give him a few games.
Yeah.
You could even chuck him in against Madrid.
Here's a better question. Are you resting Haaland for Mamouche, or is Mamouche playing with Haaland? As in, you give Doku a rest or someone in the middle. I mean, talking about Mamouche instead of Foden or somebody else like that. I'm not talking him. Or you talking rest out first?
Leeds, I'm talking Mamouche for Doku. Brentford, I'm talking Mamouche for Haaland. I think Haaland starts every Champions League or league game. If he's fit, he'll start.
I'm just thinking Haaland won't want to miss Leeds. Haaland will want to play.
No, exactly. So Leeds, Premier League game, Haaland starts if he's fit. And Mamouche, if he plays.
MCFC makes a great point. He's off to AFCON.
Yeah. And that's why we want
Egypt
to play
ain't going to be happy if he snaps his hamstring halfway through one of the games. And he goes in about 2 weeks.
I know, but I'm more bothered about
I know you're going to say
City. Yeah. So I think, personally, and in a way, for Ait Nouri as well, actually, it may be a blessing for us that they go and get really good football and, get the form and everything in international football without us having to do it. So, it could be a good thing for us. That where the AFCON is going to be bad for us is that it will give Slot the excuse he needs to drop Salah. And Liverpool are not going to improve until Salah is out the line and given a kick up the arse about his work rate. And AFCON's going to give Slot the excuse to do that, and I think Liverpool will improve.
Just a normal kick.
Yeah, but I think they'll improve when he gets dropped because he goes.
Yeah, you know why? Because that'll bring.
Because he's the laziest player since.
You watch first for Germany. talked about this last night. Wirtz for Germany was free rolling all over the show, left, middle, right. Liverpool generally don't play with a 10. Haven't played with a 10 for a good 5 years, probably. Same as Newcastle. I mean, we talked about this on Newcastle earlier. They've kind of got Voltamada as the 9/10. They don't generally play with a 10. When you bring in a 10 and then try and deploy him somewhere to fit, it can outdo, because Liverpool's main thing last season was Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, and McAllister. They're sticking Gravenberch anywhere. Szoboszlai's ended up at right back this season. Wirtz is sometimes keep it simple. You're going to change the system, do it. But Wirtz is the 10, someone is the 9. But because they're not used to that, because Wirtz is the 10 has a knock-on effect behind him. Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, and McAllister has to go then. Or you drop a winger. So what he's doing is he's dropped Wirtz over to the left, Ekiteke goes in the front, and then Salah on the right, and he's trying to keep his midfield. And it don't work for me. Because you're not getting the best out of Wirtz. Wirtz was a passenger at the Etihad. Passenger. And he cut a lonely figure out on that left-hand side. But we'll see.
Do you know what?
I know you have to go right.
As well.
We'll get to the next part of the show, and then we'll wrap. We may do a space tonight as well. We'll see. Depends if Ed's available.
Do you know what I'd do with Mamouche as well? If you're Pep, if you're inside his brain and he's not going to play Mamouche,
I won't be available after 1 your time, Martin.
Well, we'll go before then. Anyway.
Yeah, so with Mamouche, if, let's say, next week we're killing Leeds 3-4-0, and Mamouche is still sat on the bench, I'd bring off Haaland and say, here's your chance, here's 30 minutes, as long as we're killing Leeds, and the same moving forward. If we're just piling teams away, and if he's not going to play on the wing, you chuck him in as the main guy, the number 9.
He's so good. And at some point, Haaland's going to have, a few weeks off with an injury. So we want Mamouche ready to come in and not have to get up to speed. We want him ready to come in and get goals. Yeah, because he's a class player, Mamouche. I mean, I thought, obviously, injury stopped it, but, he'd have been in my starting 11 on the first game of the season. I thought he was one of our best players in the, from January to May, particularly at home. He was phenomenal. I just think he needs game time though, and that's the problem when you got players. Same with Aït-Nouri. Aït-Nouri's an absolute class player, but you can't drop Nick O'Reilly when he's playing like he is. But if you don't give Aït-Nouri some starts, how's he ever going to get his form and look good and compete with Nick O'Reilly? It's just the reality of football.
Well, this is why I disagreed with it. Like you said, with this, we didn't have a deep squad. I think our squad's a lot deeper than people realise.
Oh, when you think about it, let's think about what the team we think starts Saturday. What's our reserve 11? You've got Trafford in goal, decent Premier League goalkeeper. You've got Aït-Nouri, left back, one of the best left backs in the Prem. You've got Stones and Ake, both treble winning players.
That's you, Pete.
Yeah, you've got Lewis or Kusanov right back. Probably Kusanov will do some midfield. At the moment you've got Rodri, Reinders, and Cherky as a midfield. Now that's not far off a Champions League winning midfield.
Formidable asking you, Rich. How do you know that? How do you know that?
How do I know what?
I presume it means getting Aït-Nouri into form, putting pressure on O'Reilly, I'm guessing.
Well, players don't.
Correct me if I'm wrong, formidable, by the way.
Yeah, no one plays at their best until they've, had 4 or 5 games behind them. And that's,
another thing
players play their way into form, in fitness and confidence, and knowing what the flow is.
It's how it's based in training as well. So Pep's looking in training, and deep and visualising. Pep likes to look in training. He picks the players that are playing well in training, performing at the best standards. And if you're not performing well, it's like this Pep roulette, that people speak about. He likes to change things up, and ultimately, if one week, Nico O'Reilly's playing well, he'll play him, but then the week after, he could say, "Hey, Nori, it's your time to shine." And how's Nico O'Reilly going to respond to that? It's part of competition.
Oh, he says on Haaland being out for a few games.
Oh, I'm guessing. Yeah, no, I mean, Haaland could be fit all season, but just Haaland's career record is he usually has a minor injury most seasons. You know, he rarely gets really serious injuries, but he normally has a foot injury or something. But hopefully he doesn't. If he doesn't, then God help the scoring records, because if he stays fit for a full season, he's going to be up 60, 70 goals.
Who's Maya Jammer up front?
Oh my God!
Wouldn't Maya Jammer be at the back if Ruben? No. Anyway, we'll move on there. How dare you disrespect?
Yes, thank you, Martin. Thank you.
The man's. I was the man. Sorry, I apologise to the people in the chat. How dare you disrespect Rich like that? This man's knowledge knows no bounds. Big up Don Martin. Let's go for the win this weekend against Newcastle. Increase the pressure on Arsenal. Help Spurs turn up and shit on them. I think they can get a draw, which brings me nicely into the next one. Have you got a drop, Rich? Have you got 5? Just to have a quick...
I've got 2 minutes.
Right. This bullshit going down that apparently we're buying these referees again now. Where do you stand with it? Because there's a lot of noise about it at the minute, and it's doing me head in. And the other thing is, because I get Michael Oliver's gone and done some jobs in Abu Dhabi. There was also a keeper that went to the Greek league, and I can't remember his name. Does that mean the Nottingham Forest owner has paid him off? Why is it always Sitter? Why is it always our fault?
Because people need an excuse.
Enthusiastic insight there, Rich.
People need an excuse for their own failures, and ultimately fans are no different. When you lose, and this is the main reason I think Pep is such a fantastic manager. When City lose, Pep will sometimes mention a referee or something, but generally he goes back to his office. He obsessively thinks, what did I get wrong? He watches the match 26 times. He thinks of the tactical thing he's got wrong. He tries to change it, and we go on and try and do it better. Some of our rival managers, and Klopp was like this at times. I don't know if Arteta really is or not, but they lose a game and they think, what excuse can I use so people don't blame my tactics? And they spend the day, they go back to the office and they obsess about what excuse can I use. And the difference between those two things is when Pep does it, he tries to change things, he tries to improve, and the mentality at City is, we've got it wrong, we're going to win next week. When people use excuses, the mentality is, well, we'll be fine next week, we don't need to do anything, we only lost because the Knights Templar bought Michael Oliver and he made City win, or some just ridiculous nonsense. And this is everyday people in everyday life. Most people, when something goes wrong in their life, blame other people. If there's a problem at work or a problem in their relationship or whatever it is, they'll blame the other person because they're perfect, and they'll always use an excuse. The people like Pep, the abnormal, they will always blame themselves, and they will always look at changing something. So people are doing these conspiracies because they can pretend that their team would have won if it wasn't for this conspiracy. Everything would be great if it wasn't for this conspiracy. It's just an excuse. It's protection. It's the same psychological reason that Alan says we're going to lose every game. It's just protecting yourself. Whereas if you're honest, you look at what you did wrong, what you can improve, and you ignore everything else because you can't do anything about it, and you focus on, doing it better next week. And that is why Pep is the best manager in the world, because he always looks at what he did wrong and what the players did wrong, not unlucky things. Oh no, So I think it's that. And on that note, Martin, I have to drop and join a call, so I will Good night, everyone. 2-0
See you later,
City.
mate.
And I'll watch the rest of the show in this evening.
Thank you, Richard.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Take care. Have a good work day, mate. By the way, Pete's in the channel. Big up Loaded Mag. Go and give that a check out. Smash the likes and show Pete a lot of love. Loaded Mag, top guy, top channel, and the gang. Go and show them a lot of love. Was on there earlier on, so go and show them a lot of love. Let's see if there's any comments. Proactive Rich. See you later. One club will take accountability and have the bollocks to know what they will need to do better. A certain other two clubs will scapegoat other things to deflect accountability. Spot on. Absolutely spot on. Sam makes a great point. I may raise this. I got told it's garbage because apparently it doesn't matter. Is what I got told because the 115 has no influence on a PGMOL. And the only thing they can come back to is the Michael Oliver. And then they come out with Michael Oliver was the ref who didn't send Kovacic off. Michael Oliver was the ref who disallowed the goal against Liverpool at the weekend. Michael Oliver was the guy who didn't give Liverpool a penalty when Thingy Kung Fu kicks McAllister. I get it. I understand it. But every single club can come up with decisions. I came up with a bunch of decisions and I got told they were the Champions League. They also talked about, the Rashford offside goal against the Derby. That got dismissed. Talked about the Grealish threw one goal and he pulled it back. I got told that was dismissed. Every time City have a referee decision, it's dismissed out of hand.
Mm.
And I get it because was it David Ellery who had this with Ferguson and United at the time?
Yeah.
And now we've got it with Michael Oliver. Oh, yeah. Legendary Cather. Always a good one over there. Big up to Pete and the guys.
You see, for me, what it is like, when I first started going to matches like 20 years ago and I started going to rugby games, I used to give the ref shit. All sorts, effing and blanding. But when I joined my community team, I got told the referees are trained to ignore any abuse that parents at community level or us as football fans in the stands, they're trained to ignore it. So, like Jack Lee will tell you, before he stopped going to games, he'd be mouthing off in my ear, and I'd say, "What's the point? They don't care. They're there to do a job. They're there to ignore the home fans, the away fans." And it's like rival fans are jealous of decisions that go against us, like we are what go against us in the team's favour. But ultimately, referees, they don't give a shit because they have specialist training to say, forget the crowd, forget the noise. We're there to do our own jobs. And that's frustrating as football fans, whether it's a decision that goes against Manchester City or a decision that goes in favour of Manchester City. The referees, they're paid to do that job and they're at the face of the controversy. It's like Ed'll tell you and any other Americans when they do the halftime interviews, why do we not have the referees that get pulled to accountability? Why do we not hear from them? Say, why did you send this player off? What was the reason behind it? We need interviews with referees so we know about the decisions, so we can have these discussions on YouTube, on Twitter, even
referees are always going to be protected. They're always going to be protected because the organization feels, that human component is a part of the game, and they don't want to lose that. They don't want referees to feel that they're going to get called out over every little call.
For example, MCFC lads, Luke, when he's on the overlap the other day, you've probably all seen this on Twitter, everyone. How come when Mike Dean about the 93-20 moment when he said QPR kicked the ball back and I didn't want to kick off?
Yeah, Wayne Rooney followed it up.
Yeah, that's a perfect example because that's all over Twitter saying it was corrupt. QPR cheated, like the picture with Jibril Cisse celebrating with Nasri, and everybody's questioning it. Ultimately, United put themselves in that situation by bottling that 8-point lead up. So they're digging at us, they're digging at QPR for cheating when you didn't. When you kept that.
United got beat at Wigan. United dropped points at home to Everton, and that's how is that
against us at the Etihad.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. They're trying to find some reason to dig at us.
United had a 5 or 6 point lead. They didn't win in 3 of the games. They had 4 games left. They didn't win 3 of them. How is that our fault?
13 years later.
Yeah, and they're still crying about it.
The price is
with City.
They fucked up.
And
why
we're not
is
playing
it?
the victim. We're just do you know what it is, Biggs? I'm going to tell you now. People won't like this. We're fighting back. We're fighting back. And that's the bit they don't like. They want to spout shit about Manchester City, tell us we're irrelevant, tell us we don't care about them, but we live rent-free in their head. We're buying all the referees. I got told the other day we have no rivals. Bollocks. Everyone's our rival because they hate us. They want us to sack Pep Guardiola. They said Haaland's a one-man team, but then all of a sudden, you know, we're winning the team because of Haaland, but then Haaland's shit and he scores tap-ins. They changed the narrative more than I changed my underwear. And you know what? I'd have more respect for him if they went, you know what? I just don't like Manchester City. I'm jealous of Manchester City. Big up Lee Gunner for this last night. Do you know what he said? He said, you know what? I hate City. Do you know why? Because I'm jealous of you. Because my club should have been what you are.
Indeed.
Just
and that's the fair comment. But
big up, Steve.
The situation
night,
is,
mate. Thank you.
The situation is, they said about QPR having ex-City players. Sunderland had ex-United players in their team. Richardson, Anton Ferdinand, I think, was there, or was he at QPR? But he was at one of them 2 clubs.
Wasn't
you can't just say.
John O'Shea. Or he left by them? Was he still at United?
I think he was at Sunderland. I think he was part of that Sunderland team. But the point is, why are you blaming it on QPR having ex-City players, like the way obviously everyone's celebrating with Man City, when you had Sunderland players that put you in that position? You had to do your jobs first and foremost. You can't say nothing. Oh, QPR helped City win the league and Paddy Kenny just let the ball go in against Aguero. Come back to the point when you fucked up against Everton. Come back to the point where you blew 6-1 at Old Trafford. It's nothing to do with Man City. You just want to find any excuse, even in today's referees. Like with Klopp, like what Rich said, how many times Klopp used to moan about the referees. It's just, like you said earlier, a coping mechanism. Take your anger out on something else. I've said this to Jack Lee a few times about personal situations. Jack Lee's coping mechanism, and he won't mind me saying this, is to just lash out when I've said, calm down. Take a moment to breathe and just calm down instead of lashing out.
Yeah, Paddy Kenny was the man of the match. It's I keep saying it, and I'm sorry. Yeah, I understand there's a few decisions, Michael Oliver, that has maybe gone for us. Every team has decisions. We've been to Anfield when James Milner should have given a penalty away against Bernardo Silva and got 2 yellows, and he didn't get it. There's been challenges that I've gone through. I can go through the Akanji goal against Liverpool that was given us off. We can go through all this. Everyone has got dubious decisions. Even the Donnarumma one with Bournemouth the other week, some refs will have given that as a foul, others won't. The problem is fans think they can dictate now what refs do. We can't pick our referees. Fans think they've got too much power. And they think they can influence signings. They think they can influence referees. Do you know what it simply is? Sometimes referees just make bad calls. And I get it. It hurts. But they make bad calls against City. You just ignore them. You ignore them. But and the other side is, we don't bitch about them. I've never heard anyone talk about the Rashford offside goal in the derby.
Do you not think it would be nice do you not think it'd be nice just to hear from them at the end of the match, though, like if they did an interview with Sky or TNT, and just say, can you explain this decision so the fans know why you did it and what went wrong or what went right in their favour?
They'll never do that. And you know why? Because people online are vile and they'll just get hate.
Yeah. Do you know what, though? On the Michael Oliver stuff, fair play to Luke for staying calm about it. Not Michael Oliver, Mike Dean, sorry. Luke stayed calm in that whole moment when he was explaining about the way QPR give the ball back. Luke just stayed so calm.
Yeah, I get it. It's just, it's unfair. It's not fair. And I understand people want to be nasty about it. But hey ho, it's something that, you know, I'm not going to stop fighting. Listen, I'm absolutely fine with people disliking City and hating us. Just own it. Just say you don't like us. That's fine. Stop this. We're irrelevant. Stop this. We don't care. Because you do care. You care more than you ever realize. Because if you didn't care, you wouldn't be making these silly excuses. You wouldn't.
6-1 down to the referees.
Exactly. It's silly. Ed, your thoughts on it, then we'll wrap up, mate, because I'm going to send you all over to Not in My Lifetime.
No, I just think on my side of things, you know, is this rivals trying to cope because they're trying to write us off at the beginning of the year. They're trying to say that City's done, City's finished, Pep's finished. It's going to take us some years to build back up. And now that we're already, you know, at a good level, not our best level, but a good level, they're trying to just come out with these things again. And just like what Rich was saying earlier, Wayne Rooney came out and said Haaland's not a top 3 player in the league, but we're a one-man team. That we're Haaland FC. So it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't, you know, you just gotta let rivals talk sometimes, because I was actually watching a podcast and they were just saying, you know, you're not gonna change anybody's opinions because they're already fixed in.
Yeah, they just hate us. But just say they hate us, Ed. That's all I want to say. Just say you hate us.
Well, they're not gonna admit that, you know, Martin. They're not gonna admit that.
Yeah, because they're not. I'm going to say it. They're not man enough.
They don't have the cojones.
Yeah, they're not man enough to do it. Listen, I can admit I hated United. I hate Liverpool.
Yeah.
Do you know what? That's why people had got me when I brought Donna Sam on the channel. At least he owns what he says. I don't mind anyone having an opinion. Just own what you say.
How can you hate something that's small, though?
That's another thing. We're irrelevant.
So you get what I'm saying? So
for 115.
Yeah, it goes against the narrative, what people want to put out. So
yeah, but apparently we're all playing victims.
Yeah.
Because again, they're dying on the hill for 115.
Because I'll say this again. We win this title, we will be loud about it this time. We'll be very loud.
Oh, yeah, we have to.
If we win this title, we've got to be obnoxiously loud. We've got to be more arrogant and in their face than they've ever been before, because the disrespect to Manchester City this season is beyond a joke. No one Jurgen Klopp got more respect and he won 1 title in 5 years. 1 bad season, everyone wrote City and Pep off. Have some damn respect for the GOATs of this game. Or just say, you know what, don't like City. But don't mug us off and lie to yourself because it makes you feel better in your little heads. Stop that crap. Just own what you say. I'd have more respect for you. And City fans would have more respect for people who are genuinely honest, not living and sticking their head in the sand like an ostrich. Sorry, just what I would feel about it. I'm sick of the disrespect. And if we win this title in May, we are going to ram it down your throats till you choke on it. Seriously.
Yeah, the problem is, though, I think they're just jealous that we're taking all like the accolades, like Centurions, 4 in a row, the treble. I mean, we've got to break Jose Mourinho's 15 goals record next. If we did 15 goals or less and then invincible one time, there'd be nothing left in football that rivals could literally say, oh, you deserve that. It'll just be, you cheated. You've got these records by default, by fix.
Do you know what the thing is as well, Harry? You don't hate something. A hate is an emotion. Yeah? Dislike is an emotion. So don't say you don't care about City because you do, because you're showing emotion, so you do care. So having emotion, you had to have triggered something in the brain. Again, I did psychology degree. You do. It's like having an ex and you go, you know what? I have no feelings to them. I don't care. I wish them all the best. Good luck. That means they're out the go. If you say, I hate that ex, you've got some built up emotions in your body. So you do care. You do care. Because hate is an emotion. So you have to care. To have an emotion, you have to have a caring, whether it's good or bad. Just own it. But it is what it is. And big up Luke and everyone else who Big Steve and everyone who does an amazing job repping us Blues. And we'll keep doing it. And we'll keep fighting the good fight. We'll just keep doing it. And screw them. I don't care. And you know what? I've always said this, by the way. If I still win the title, I'll stand up and I'll go, congratulations. I'll send a text to Lee and Igal and I'll go, you know what? Congrats to Lee, to who else? Dan Potts and all them. And I wish I'll say congrats.
Yeah.
I'm not someone who is bitter on that. I went 30 odd years and saw people win titles. It's not the end of my day. You know what I mean? Anyway, quick one. I know Padua what is quick one on January. The only thing is there is interest in Semenyo. That is true. But only interest, but City are way behind on others on that. Others have got a step ahead. Keep an eye on Ake or Stones. I think only one will go. Same with the keepers. I don't think Ortega and Trafford will both go. I think one will go in Jam, one will go at the end. Unless City, because City sell 2 keepers or loan 2 keepers, you're going to have to buy a keeper. But the one thing on selling will only happen, buying will only happen if we sell. They are after a wide man. They are after a potential defender. Right back, we'll see. But for anything to happen in Jan, there has to be outgoings first. So we'll see. Hopefully someone listening to this may email me with more updates and we'll see if I've got anything wrong or anything. So let us know. You know who you are in the chat. Exactly, Martin. The social class, we're not like rivals. Spot on. But no, Ed Briggs, thank you for joining us. You are legends.
No dramas.
Don't forget, tomorrow, 8:30, we're going to do the full Newcastle preview with Baz and that over on Through Black and White Eyes. So come and join us for that. Live 8:30 on a Friday night. Grab a drink, bit of food. Come and join us. Also, just quick one, some fixture confirmation changes. The Manchester Derby at the Swamp is now on Saturday, the 17th of January at 12:30 kickoff. And the away trip to White Hart Lane or the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium has now been moved to Sunday, the 1st of Feb, 4:30 kickoff, both for TV purposes. So, yeah, that is the updates. Also, don't forget, don't know where that's coming there. Kind said, donate a new Tedder, Leeds United before the game. I'm just going to check, are they still live? And not in my lifetime still live.
Give me a sec, I'll tell you.
Yes, they are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this, send you over there, all the questions, big up Bevo, etc. and Luke for this. Mankway raid in the chat.
And just with a like and subscribe for you guys. Head over there.
Subscribe on the way out. Thank you all. You are legends. Have a lovely evening. And as always, up the Blues. Take care all. And we'll see you all tomorrow night for the big Newcastle preview. Take care.